is one of the main ways I save my time, money, and sanity. So in this video, I'm going to convince you / inform you of the fact that meal planning is necessary to save money on groceries. But be sure to stay to the end where I share my really simple 4-step process for easy meal planning. The number one way meal planning helps you save money on groceries, the reason you need to meal plan to save money on groceries, is because it helps you not overbuy. It helps you not buy things you don't need. So the first step in my 4-step meal plan process that I'm going to detail at the end of this video is inventorying your kitchen. So you take a look at what's in your kitchen, and when you do that, you don't buy things that you already have. The number one way to spend less money on groceries is to buy fewer groceries. And when you make a plan based on what you already have, you're gonna buy less groceries. But also having a meal plan, having at least a list of options for dinner is gonna prevent numerous trips to the grocery store. And we all know that every time you go to the store, you buy something you didn't plan on buying. Like, it just happens every time. One of those things can be just like impulse buys where like, that looks good, or we haven't had that in a while, or oh, I love this snack. But also it's things like, oh wait, do we have that? Do I need that? Do I need to buy that? Not sure, I'll just go ahead and grab it. And that's how you end up with like 3 boxes of instant rice in your pantry. That is not saving you money. Especially if you never use those up and you always just add more. If you end up looking like a doomsday prepper, which nothing wrong with that if you're a doomsday prepper, but you probably have a budget for that, right? For us people who aren't doomsday preppers, you don't need to have numerous repeats of the same item. If you were never dwindling down that supply, you were just spending money buying new things that never get used up. So meal planning, number 1, having your list of meals, a plan for the week. One meal planning myth that I'm gonna address in a different video, and somewhere up here, I can't remember which side it's gonna be on. I will link my one of my old videos, so I will admit it's not a great quality video, but if you can deal with that, watch this video about meal planning myths, and I'm probably gonna redo it like I was starting to say. But one meal planning myth is that you have to assign a day to each meal. You don't have to do that. Think of a meal plan more as a list of dinner options that you already have the ingredients for, so you don't have to go to the store multiple times. I actually do typically assign my meals to different days, but that's because I have a really weird work schedule, and some days I need a super quick dinner one night, some days I have more time in the evening, some days I have 0 time in the evening, so I decide where each meal is gonna go. The second way that meal planning helps you save money is by following the lazy genius principle. If you follow her, she's great, and so it sort of follows this principle in a very light way, but you decide once. So you are deciding what the meals are for the week once. You aren't having to think about it multiple times, which again helps you not go to the store as much. But it also is going to help you ditch the drive-through. So when you already know what's for dinner, you don't have to put that mental energy into it. You are more likely to go home and cook that meal and not head to Chick-fil-A because you just don't have the brain power to think about dinner. You don't have the brain power to make that decision. You are going to go into dinner decision mode. You are going to decide on dinners for the week or the next 2 weeks, like I do. I do 2-week meal planning. And I'll link a video here about how to make that dinner decision process really easy. I keep a list of go-to dinner ideas, and that's what I meal plan from. But anywho, you're going to go into dinner decision mode. You're going to decide on those dinners, and then the rest of the week, you don't have to be in dinner decision mode. That thinking is already done for you when you are in that mode, thinking about meals, and then it is decided once, and you can skip takeout more easily. You can convince yourself to cook the dinners you already planned when the dinner decision is done, and you've already shopped for everything. The third way that meal planning helps you save money on groceries is by avoiding food waste. So going back to the last tip, it's gonna help you actually cook dinner at home and not order takeout instead, which helps you not have fresh fruits and vegetables rotting in the back of your refrigerator because you just never got around to cooking them because you didn't feel like it. But you can also, when you think ahead about what you're going to have for dinner, you can take into account your schedule. Like I was just saying, I have a wonky schedule. I have a wonky work schedule. It's different every day, which is, don't even get me started. That's frustrating, but it is what it is. And because of that, it is necessary for me to decide on dinners for each day, right? And so I said you don't have to put each dinner in each day. You don't. But if you have like t-ball, ballet, and a PTA meeting one night, you need a super simple dinner that night, right? So maybe the rest of the week you don't decide each meal which day it's going on, but that day you decide that you're gonna have frozen pizza. Or maybe you have a planned night out that night. That is okay, but planning that ahead of time is the key. So you're going to avoid food waste by taking those things into account. When you plan ahead, you take into account your calendar, your busy evenings, and you use the food you have before it goes bad. All right, so this is a pretty short and to the point video, but let me share with you real quick my 4-step meal planning process. So like I said, the first step is to inventory your kitchen. So this, I said in my last video that I don't, what's it called? Pantry challenge. I don't do a pantry challenge. I suggest doing a pantry challenge in that video. Check it out here. It's all about how to find money in your kitchen for Christmas, find some extra cash in your kitchen for the Christmas season, or Hanukkah or Kwanzaa, or what have you. Find some extra cash for all the holidays. But one way to do that is by doing a pantry challenge. I don't do that because I do this. That was a really long way of saying I don't do pantry challenges because I always inventory my kitchen and meal plan based on what is already in my kitchen to buy less to save more money. So step 1 of budget meal planning, the 4-step process, is to go into your kitchen and make a list of everything you already have in your kitchen. So everything from pastas, rice, canned goods, sauces, vinegars, spice mixes, things like that, condiments, anything. Of course, things like frozen vegetables, meats, proteins, all of those things. Make a list of all of it, and then you are going to use that to inspire your meal plan. But before you do that, you are going to check your calendar, check for any super busy nights, any extracurricular activities going on. Maybe there's like playoffs for your son's little league team, or there's like a bonus Girl Scout meeting for an upcoming camping trip or something like that. Plan for those nights. Maybe you have, like I said, a planned dinner out or just a really simple meal, crock-pot meal, things like that. Make sure you take into account your calendar. Then step 3 is deciding on dinners. So you're going to go back to your inventory, see what you can use from your kitchen to plan some meals. This step, you can choose to decide specific nights for the dinners or not. You can just make it a list of meals. And then step 4 is making your grocery list. So that is where you add in things for breakfast, for lunch, for snacks, really important things like coffee, stuff like that. Make sure you are adding all of those things into your grocery list so that you can avoid the store. Like I said, that is one way meal planning helps you, is by making sure you go to the store less frequently. And so you can make this like a pickup order, or you can go to the store and shop yourself. But one bonus tip, I keep a running grocery list on my Alexa. I don't want to say it because she's going to turn on. But I keep a running list. Anytime we run out of something in the kitchen, we tell her to add it to the grocery list. Even like if we're like in the bathroom at the back of the house and we realize we're running low on shampoo, we'll like come out and be like, hey, add this to my grocery list. But it helps. And we do it like right then, right? Like you're not going to remember. And this also helps you go to the store less frequently. So bonus tip, make a grocery list for you and frequently add things to it. I also have one in my phone, or like I have the app in my phone, the robot assistant app in my phone, and if I'm on the go and I think of something, I'll add it to that list too. So yeah, extra bonus tip. Do that so that you are not forgetting items you need. I hope you found this video helpful. Like I said, I've got lots of upcoming videos that should be super helpful, helping you save money as we round out 2024 and go into 2025. Bonkers to even say that. I cannot believe that is happening. But if you are trying to save money on groceries, if you are trying to cook at home more frequently, if you are just trying to stop dreading the what's for dinner mom question, I have lots of tips for you. I actually have a freebie linked in my description below, where it is a 1-week meal plan planned out for you, but it also includes a guide called it is something about the question, what's for dinner mom? I think it's like the what's for dinner mom guide. I don't even remember what I named it. But I will look it up and put that correct title in the description. But that is all about how to stop dreading that question. So be sure to head to the description for those freebies, and then be sure to check out this playlist for lots of other savings tips.